what the Church of Scientology is so afraid of.
This is SPTV.
All right. Hi, it's Mark Bunker. This may be a rerun to some of you, or I may just have started this and done a 15-minute show without it actually going live. I see it now. It says live. I pushed it to start it before. I thought it started. Anyway, if you're here, and you may not be because I don't see anybody here, but let me go through this again. This is a video that I shot back in 1999. Oh, there you go. Hi, Hank. Hi, Acupunk. Hey, Jeff. Nice to see Jeff here. Jeff was at the LMT with me. Melody, hi. One Love, 51,000. Reverend Orr. Hey there. So I apologize for, the late start. But I hope that you'll enjoy what we have lined up here. This is a video that Tori does not like. And to me, she's adorable in this. But there was a feeling that I was twisting her words. And I think it's the difference between how wog ears hear something and what a win means to Scientologists. My feeling was, well, you'll see in the video. Jason, One Loves, Nacho's mom, Drew, Hank, Don Smith, welcome to you all. Let's take a look at this video. This was shot, the opening of it is outside the Celebrity Center. And then you'll see Tori and Harold in the car as we're heading over to the Shrine Auditorium with a critic named Don Knotts. That was his nick. And Knotts was spelled capital N-O-T-S. I thought that was cute. He was not as lovable as me, apparently, because Tori and Harold didn't really care for him quite as much. We got along great, though. I mean, me and Tori, and I think it comes through in the video. But again, Tori's not happy that I'm showing this I'm explaining. I'm going through this chronologically, and I'm upscaling everything. But the huge debate continues for the past 25 years. Was I saying that she said it cured anything? No, I wasn't. I was just trying to get it on the record what was being said. Yes, Acupunk, I agree. Tori is great. So let's watch her in action here, and let's see if I can pull this up and get this thing started again. Oop. This would have been better if you'd been here for the first showing of it. There we go. Everything was smooth
to answer
sailing
that
at
question,
that point.
let's look at the raw, unedited footage.
Now wait.
I hear things like we went to South Africa and taught millions of children to read. But if you call the South African government, you can say no, they're lying.
I'm telling you, I had a huge win. My mother-in-law had crippling arthritis with Dianetics. She was had crippling arthritis in her hands. Let me finish. And the doctors all said there is nothing you can do to fix this. In 1950, she bought Dianetics. She said, okay, let's give it a try. Now, there was no org, there was no anything, right? She tried it. She got rid of it in the very first session. She's 85 now. She's been a gynecologist her whole life. She's had tremendous wins. That's her son. He's had great wins. I've had great wins. And if, do we look that stupid? Do you think that people...
No. I think, honestly, you want my honest opinion, and I'm not saying this to be offensive, I think you've been scammed.
Your organization is a threat to my democracy here in this country.
Here's Don
I think that you break the law on a regular basis. I think that you use classic...
Sure.
Well, here we go. Misuse of the courts. Misuse of the courts. Setting up gulags in my country here. Gulags, the RPF, several gulags in America.
See, you know, it's like, here's the thing, you haven't been on a course. So you
It
don't
doesn't
really
matter.
know the basics of our religion.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you,
and the things that
dispute
you're
one
saying,
fact that I've made.
We've been doing this, since he was born in Scientology.
Doesn't matter.
He was since 1950.
So what have I said
His
that you
mother,
can dispute? One
just
thing.
to give you an example,
Right.
his mother
Right.
read Dianetics in 1950.
Right.
She had crippling arthritis in her hands.
Great success story. Fine.
From using that,
Then don't
she got rid
don't
of entire
threaten me.
arthritis.
Don't follow me.
I'm not.
Don't. No,
We're
it's not you.
not.
Your
We're here
organization.
talking to
Your
you.
organization.
But
That's
you know,
my
it's
problem. And tell people the truth.
Yes, Harold. What? What is it?
Then tell
I just told
people-
you something.
No,
No,
so
you
tell
never
me-
threatened me.
No.
I would never
We would
threaten
never.
you.
No,
I
not
don't
you,
think-
but Osa would.
Look,
All right. Look.
Bunker, you don't have my okay to put me on the internet, and I'm trusting you.
You shouldn't trust me because I don't need your okay.
Necessarily. I think
Bunker.
understanding
I mean, I didn't
the
put you on the
law and
last time.
Constitution of the
I know,
country
don't.
comes from
This guy's like really not a nice person. He isn't.
And you know, I probably wouldn't have put this
Doing something that is
online.
different than what you guys are doing.
Is there
I'm
such
just
things
telling
from Germany? Is that a
No, it's just I'm saying he flew in here. Hello? Some guy flew in here. We're having a little party, and he flies in to say how bad we are. When all these people around that I've showed him, I know personally, have had tremendous gains on Scientology, and
Like
he's
your
here.
mother was cured of arthritis, right?
Right,
Or was it?
1950. 1950. She read the book. She had crippling arthritis.
But it's Dianetics.
She
is
read
not
it
supposed
all
to
by
cure
herself.
Any medical problems anymore, is it?
Now listen, you can run that stuff, but what's the purpose of it? Somebody out there who's going, I got arthritis, I might be interested in looking into Dianetics for $5 and maybe helping something. I'm not saying it cures it. I'm saying she had a win, and she got rid of her arthritis using Dianetics.
So Dianetics
That's a
cures
win.
arthritis.
go, Vicky.
I'm saying she had a win, and she got rid of it. I'm not saying
But you're
it
saying
cures
that
anything.
that's the benefit of Scientology.
I'm
that
not
can
saying
cure
that. I'm saying
arthritis.
she said that. You got to get it. You got to listen. She had a win, and she
But
happened
you
to get
said
rid of her
You said it at
arthritis.
the CC Center, and you said it earlier today.
It's
that
a win.
It cured her arthritis.
I said it's a win. She got rid of it.
Whoa, right here, over here.
It's a switch
Earlier,
around.
you were asking.
All right, I had to pause here because Tori's with us. Hello, Tori. And okay, am I doing this strictly in chronological order? No, because Magoo Dancing in Boston was taped a year later after this. But with the group of tapes that I grabbed, this was in the first batch of the early stuff that I recaptured and upscaled. And I certainly didn't want to make this the first time that you saw Tori. So, Tori, I was thinking of you there. I wanted to premiere Magoo Dancing in Boston and treat that like the cinematic piece of joy and love that it is. And I knew you wouldn't be crazy about having this one there, but, it's part of the history. So, Magoo, everyone adores you. Look at this. Belgrade loves you. And One Love is always pleased to see you. Acupunk, of course, I believe already has said that she loves you. Acupunk also sees why Tori wouldn't like this one. Okay. Well, I guess I have this block because it's the same way that people can say horrible things to me all the time, and I'm not bothered by it. I guess I'm oblivious to how things can be seen. I don't know. Anyway, let's watch the rest of this. Thank you, Acupunk. Let's get rid of that and let's go back to the show. Come on, you can do it. Come on.
No, it's okay, Weezy. I just want to make a point. Earlier you were asking, do you know anybody who's benefited from Scientology? Yeah. We went through a little thing with you. She gave you someone who benefited, and now you're playing
You're
games
changing
with
the
it.
word.
It's
It
not,
is
I'm
changing
not.
the word.
It's not like you,
I
man.
was a druggie when I read Dianetics. I hitchhiked from Chicago to here. I'm totally drug-free for 25, 30 years.
And I applaud
I've been
you for that.
married 25 years happily. I mean, it's like, those are nice
Wow.
successes for somebody. You talk to my
We
parents,
just
they
enjoy
go,
our life, man.
we're
I mean,
happy.
Vicky and I are
We're
very
doing
happy
well. So it's like,
And
come
I applaud
on.
that.
And
So
we
then don't
attribute
say
a
when
lot
I
of
give
it
you a
to the
success
tenets of
story,
our
don't
church.
change it to
But
something that'll...
but I'm not changing it. I mean, you claim
I
that
know,
your
I didn't
mother's
claim
arthritis
anything.
cure was caused by Dianetics.
I didn't claim it. She told me she had a success in 1950, which she went into session and she got rid of her arthritis. If you talk to her, she's
What
a
am I
little
gonna
old
do?
lady.
Argue with her?
That's what she says.
And saying,
No, but I mean,
no,
you're
it
touting
didn't.
this. You were touting it the last time
I'm not
as one of
touting
the
it.
great
I'm telling you.
gains
No, that is not true.
She
Bunker.
received from Scientology.
Bunker.
You asked a
Come
question,
on.
she
Bunker.
gave an
Yeah.
answer.
Don't
That's
try
all.
to turn it around. I told you a success
what?
story
I
don't-
a person
what's
had.
wrong
I
with
honestly
that,
don't
though?
see how I'm turning it around.
But what I want to know is what's wrong with it. I mean, why don't you just say, hey, that's cool. That's
Why
wonderful.
don't you never get
and
like,
let it
wow,
go.
cool.
Because the government has said that you have
Right,
to
you
put a little
can't say
sticker
you
on
cure. You can't say that. It's not true.
Right. And
I'm
yet-
not saying that.
And yet, anecdotally, that's what you've said several times. I mean, I've met
She
you.
told me a success story.
Anecdotally
the
doesn't
woman
mean squat. It just
said-
means did it
Anecdotally
happen or
does.
did
I
it
mean,
happen?
If
it doesn't.
It
I
happened.
meet somebody from the church and you say, Mark, you're a nice guy. It's the first time I met you. Let me tell you, one of the wins that my mom had is cured her arthritis, and I think, Mom can cure arthritis. I better check out Scientology.
No.
That's bringing me.
If
into
you
the
put
church
it there
in a
that
fraudulent
way,
means.
that's how you can put it. I'm told you a success story that my
Yeah,
mother-in-law
you're
had.
not-
If
you're
she was
not
here, you would
taking
you would
what
love her.
she
She's a
says.
very
I'm
old
sure I
woman.
would. I
She's
love
very
you.
kind.
But
She's
here-
86 years
I'm
old.
fond of
She's
you.
been
Man,
in
you're
Scientology
playing with us
since
now, and you know it.
1950. Yeah, you're taping.
You're good people.
It was a dirty trick, man.
That's not a dirty trick.
It is a dirty trick,
Changes
and
it,
you know
Bunker.
it.
It's not you. That's because you're.
If I'm telling you, I'm just surprised. You ask for something, we give it, and then you still play with it. I mean, what's wrong with just saying, "Hey, that's cool, glad to hear it," or something? You know,
I
why do
honestly
you have
like
to
these
keep
people.
turning to what we're trying to promote something we're not trying to promote. It's not true. We're not doing that.
All right.
Harold even
I don't know,
joined
it sounds
us
to me like you're doing it.
But
for
we're not.
dinner once in the middle
I
of a
mean,
picket. He went with the
review
protesters.
words. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm certainly not going to tell the woman you're wrong. That didn't occur. Is that fair or not?
Well, we're
But you're saying that it did.
We're a federal republic.
I'm saying she said it did. What am I going to say? No, it didn't.
But it's
If
not
she says,
the
hey,
fullest.
that feels great. I feel much better now. I don't have that problem. What am I going to say? Yes, you do.
So are you saying that it's just in her mind, or did Dianetics cure her?
What I'm saying is she obtained a certain result by doing
And that
something.
result was
And that result was exactly what she told me. I'm not saying that this
she cured
is
her arthritis with Dianetics.
what you're trying to do here is you're trying to say that we're claiming that it cures everything. It's not the case.
I didn't say that you said it cures everything. I'm saying that you said it claimed her mother's arthritis, or was it your mother's arthritis?
Here's what we're saying. The lady said, hey, it's gone. What are we going to do? From there on, are we going to argue with her and say, no, it's not? I mean, if it's gone.
Dianetics cured my arthritis, I would go, oh my God, it cured my arthritis, and I would tell everyone.
Well, good. So she did. And now, but you still can't deal with that for some reason. You got a problem with it.
But if you're telling me that it can cure arthritis, I would think that arthritis sufferers from around the globe would be lining up.
And what I'm thinking
To be
is
cured.
this. Number one, if we go ahead and promote something like that without saying, hey, yeah, it may not. I don't know. You know, with her, she had a result. That
So
was
what
it.
other results may or may not occur with Scientology?
Mark, I'm going to go back to where I was before. You're playing with me, and you know
I'm
it.
not playing with you, I'm
You
asking.
are- no,
okay,
you're
now there's
not-
also claims that you
No.
improve the IQ of a person with auditing.
Try it on him.
Done.
Let's see if something happens.
It's genuinely funny.
But is that not a claim that's often accredited to Dianetics, that you'll improve their IQ?
I don't know. Read your materials. See what it says.
But I'm talking about your materials. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
What I'm going to tell you is based on the last thing that we just did on a go-around, I'm not talking to you about it. And
All right.
it's not...
Well, again, that wasn't meant to get them upset or anything like that. I just find it curious. But I do. Let me come back here. I do think it's important to realize that in the past, Scientology has made claims. Hubbard had said that it cured arthritis and several other things in Dianetics, I believe. And after the FBI, not the FBI, the FDA raided Scientology's headquarters and took all the e-meters because they were supposedly practicing medicine without a license back in 1963. Since then, every e-meter has had to have a little disclaimer in it, including my Mark V. You got a little disclaimer right here. The e-meter is not intended or effective for the diagnosis, treatment, or prevention of any disease. So it's inside there, and it's also right here on the side as well. Kind of hard to see because it's had so many years of use here. I can't tell you how many people I've audited with this have yet to cure anyone's arthritis. But I'm just not in the right mindset. I'm not a trained auditor. Does that shock you? But just to show that that's still on here, here's my Quantum 7, Mark Super 7 e-meter, and the disclaimers on the back here still. The electrometer is not medically or scientifically capable of improving the health or bodily function of anyone, and is for religious use by students and ministers of the Church of Scientology only. There you go. This is one sweet meter. Frankly, I don't need it because I'm a past life clear and I'm a natural OT, along with being a national treasure. Magoo, I'm not trying to twist your words, but speaking of that, this is what I dug up from the news group Alt Religion Scientology. Let me share the screen here. This was a post that I saw when I got back. Come on. Well, oh, I got it. Almost there. Almost. Come on. Okay, well, let me, it seems stuck on this page. I was going to show you this page as well, and then we'll go back to the other one. This is something that I uncovered right before doing the video. I'm pushing share and nothing. Okay, how about if I... No. So maybe I'm not going to show you this. Well, things were going so smoothly till then. Can't even cancel it. All right. Well, I tried. Essentially, let's see if I can just read it without showing it to you on the screen here. So on Alt Religion Scientology that night, Mike Smith III, anyone who was on the news group at the time knows that Mike Smith III was one of the main Scientologists kind of taken on all of us on there. And he posted this post, I guess, supposedly from the desk of Bob, investment banker, third class, retired, Mark Bunker's role of the week to Mark Bunker thespian. And they really enjoyed saying that I was a failed actor through these early years. So the thespian is part of that. And it goes on to say, Mark, when you get down to the shrine, you need to play a character with choir boy civility and cherubic innocence, but you must have the focus and deadly aim of a sniper. When you get home, you'll need to play the part of a crafty 60 Minutes film editor. So this was the response that I wrote back. Pardon me while I finish my laughing fit. This is going to take a while. I'm getting there. The tears are rolling down my cheek still. Okay, that deep breath helped. I think I can go on now. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I haven't been so amused in a long time. You must think I'm one of the greatest failed actors this city has ever seen. Could it be that I am indeed a nice guy who believes Scientology is a dangerous scam that should be reformed? Would that be at odds with what source told you? Aren't I supposed to be criminal? What else did Hubbard write that isn't true? Have you ever had a negative thought about L. Ron Hubbard? When you'll say I need to play the part of a crafty 60 Minutes editor, that has to relate to the statements made by Vicky. That was Tori's nickname that night. Statements made by Vicky about how Dianetics cured her mother-in-law's arthritis. I'll put the raw footage up on the net and let you see exactly how it happened without any fancy editing, distorting anything. I edited only for time's sake and not to distort the facts of the situation. Yes, my videos make Scientology look bad, but they do so by showing, what happens when you follow the tech. If you stop to seriously consider this following statement, you may actually see how Xenu TV has already made a minor reform in your church that is beneficial to you. Scientologists are now behaving nicer in front of my camera. Maybe it's just my camera, I don't know. This is a major achievement for the church because the way Hubbard taught you to always attack and never defend is a major reason why the church has no respect in the real world. Anyone seeing the behavior of Dan Mernon, Mark Perkins, and Goatee Boy, didn't know the name of the third person, that surrounded me on L. Ron Hubbard Way on the 2nd of July would be appalled at the application of the tech. Apparently, your church agrees because they have deliberately changed course in how they handle me. Mark Perkins says he has not seen the video from that night, but he has heard from others what it was like. Someone in the church is watching Xenu TV and is seeing that the tech is not working. Your communication course teaches you to communicate the way Scientology wants you to, not the way true communication should happen. If the comm course were so successful, then why couldn't the leader of the church, David Miscavige, presumably your top communicator, explain to Ted Koppel what is Scientology? Why did he sound so lame telling Ted that he could have learned how to do his job better just by making little clay TV cameras and a little clay anchorman? The Nightline interview with Ted Koppel was live. DM was solely responsible for making himself look goofy. There was no crafty editor making DM look bad. He did it all himself. As for Vicky's statements about the arthritis cure, I asked her a question she couldn't answer, a question she didn't like, a question she knew raised more questions about the church's past claims to cure ailments. By asking this question, she felt I was twisting her words. I did no such thing, and the video will show that. So the question stands, if the church is mandated to put disclaimers on e-meters and books and around the orgs, which state Dianetics and Scientology will not cure medical problems, then why is this medical cure the big win that keeps being brought up, as other Scientologists do? Can Scientology cure medical ailments? If it can, why not fight the government and prove it? If it can't, why bring it up? By asking these questions, I'm not distorting anybody's word or attacking an individual. I'm asking a question. An answer is the proper response in a comm cycle, not an accusation. Do other members of the church use anecdotal evidence of medical cures as they recruit members of Scientology? Well, yeah. The church has the paperwork saying they don't, but it is presented with a wink. Those are valid questions asked by a well-behaved, civil, interested party. What does the tech tell you to do now? If the tech worked, would you even need to worry about Xenu TV? Have you ever had a negative thought about L. Ron Hubbard? All right, that was a long-winded rant there. Let me come back here, see if I can. Oh, there we go. I can see me again. So there you go. Tori, I apologize. This was not meant in any way as an insult or a slap and anything like that. But I do want to say I found this great article right before doing this video, I'm going to try one more time to see if I can share the screen, because I saw this. Hey, there we go. I think, are you seeing this now? Street in Uptown named in honor of World War II hero. Well, maybe not. Oh, yeah, you are. Okay, good. So it's nice to know that's working. I'm going to go back to it here so I can read it. Chicago, Illinois. An honorary street naming was held in Uptown Saturday in front of the Bezazian Library at Magnolia and Ansley. There's a library from the Bezazian family there, and the family is so respected that they have a street named after them. The new sign was named in honor of Lieutenant Harold A. Bezazian, a man who was awarded a Purple Heart and Bronze Star for his service in World War II. Bezazian's father funded the Bezazian Library in memory of his son, who loved reading and learning. Bezazian family members joined Alderman James Kappelman for the unveiling at 11 p.m. outside the library. And to make sure this is really Harold Bezazian, there he is, right in the middle of the screen, attending the naming ceremony. So that's cool. The Harold Bezazian who died in the war grew up in Uptown, attended Oberlin College, graduated from Columbia University with a degree in journalism. He worked as a reporter for the Chicago Times and joined the Army in 1941. He was discharged as overage, but enlisted again after the attack on Pearl Harbor, according to the Columbia University Roll of Honor. Harold said it was better that he re-enlisted and go to war than another man who would leave behind a wife and children, said library advocacy group Friends of Bezazian. And Harold was killed in the Philippines by enemy rifle fire while leading his platoon. Excuse me. I don't know Harold. I don't know this Harold. Leading his platoon on a rescue mission for soldiers who had become separated from the rest of his unit. He was 33. And a plaque sits in the library that reads, "This branch library is a fitting and living memorial to the life of an outstanding young American, born and reared in Uptown Chicago, who loved books and learning, and who had dedicated his life to a writer's career until he volunteered for military service and gave his life for the country." So there you go. Let me come back here. All right. Use it. Oh, okay. Stop screen. Very good. So I haven't been able to catch up on anything that that's been going on since I've been doing my lengthy readings. But Magoo, I hope that you're okay. Everyone continues to love you with all their heart, as do I. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Anything else that? Tori says Mike Smith was a Bill Yachty OSA op. Let me look up here. Debbie, I think the discourse is really interesting. Disagreeing without being disagreeable. Credit to all of you. Acupunk. It's nice to see smiling. We don't see that much when out protesting. And Tori and I are both class acts. One's a national treasure. Don't take that against her, you know. One day she could become a national treasure too. All right. Well, I mean, you only get that honor by bestowing it upon yourself. I mean, that's the only reason why I'm a national treasure, is that because I keep saying it. I love Tori, and I'm so glad that you showed this video. It's actually very informative of many things, including communicating. Tori says, I agree with Harold. Still, I'm kind of amazed, Mark Bunker, that you still agree with your flat out BS. If I'm wrong, tell me I am wrong. I'm just going to read it right here. You are wrong. Okay. No, you're not wrong. I'm wrong. Again, this is no disrespect. Simply woggy ears as opposed to Scientologist ears. Let's see. It would be nice if they still communicated. It sure would. I don't think you're going to find people as lovable, though, as Tori and Harold were. Showed how the person questioning skewed what you're saying. See, she agrees with you. Does it matter? Practice makes perfect. You'll get the bugs worked out. Well, I hope so. Good God. You know, I thought I had mastered this thing. You got a big thank you from Tory Drifter. Belgarath is asking, is Mike Smith one of the fake accounts that you arranged, Tori Magoo 44? I don't know if there's any way you would know that, but you talk about how they sent you around the country with cash to open up, so bizarre, to open up accounts on the internet from different areas of the country with cash so you couldn't be tracked. I mean, it's mind-blowing, the lengths that they'll go to. Smurf called you a bitch. Harold said not okay. That Smurf was not a nice guy. Yeah, he's no longer with us. But that was a troubled fellow. 49ers fan for life. Tori, your ex-husband seems like a great guy who is stuck in an awful cult. Okay. It's a good question. Something that Belgarath has always wondered. I remember that Nightline interview. I remember just thinking that Miscavige was just weird. I've often wondered what Scientologists thought of it. Well, I'm sure they thought he was the victor. I imagine that's possibly one that they showed to Scientologists, since it was Miscavige going out there fighting the battle. Tori, you may have an answer to that. Or not. Anyway, thank you all for joining me here. What am I supposed to say? Click like and subscribe. How many decades have been people saying that now? It's the first time I've ever said it. You know, I have something again. I'm going to try to do something every day if I can. All right. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for coming by, and I'll see you all soon.